I've just made a big old beautiful mess here. Admittedly, this is a very different video than I'm used to doing. But bear with me, because it's not just a ramble, this is an introduction to how I'm gonna mess with all this stuff. This isn't really an army building video. It's not really a collection video. It's more of an introduction on what I'm going to be doing. So in this next series, I'm going to be taking all this kind of stuff here. Hold on, all this kind of stuff here. And I'm going to be reorganizing, because when you make a unit in the real military, you don't just go, well, this looks cool, and this looks cool, and that's what I want. They're fit for purpose. And what that means is you need to have these guys serve a function. I like using these plano or whatever tackle box totes in order to store figures in here. But one of the base assumptions that we built one of the antagonists off of, which are the Axii, are these great, they're still covered in mud from last time I played with them. And that's how all my toys are going to be. Painted, muddy, dirty, used. That's the way it should be. But we use these Vipers as the core bad guy infantry, right? So there was this time period when G.I. Joe had disappeared off the shelves, and then out of nowhere, because there was no internet back then. Okay, there was, but I mean, I wasn't paying attention. These guys popped up at Toys R Us, and it was this 3-pack of Vipers. And there was other things too, but let's focus on this. And they came with these 2 blue guys, these 2 Vipers, boop, and a gray guy. They were basically the Viper 86 version, but with a slight modifications of the legs. They used the Bat's legs. Oh, huh. Maybe I should use the Bats for comparison here. Let me go grab one, hold on. Okay, pretty sure I keep them over by my Terradrome. Let's see. Oh, no, not these ones. These were almost there, but not quite. Ah, here we go, they're back here. Hold on. Wait. No, not these ones either. These are the weird Spy Troop ones. Oh, let's check there. Ah! Oh, close, but this is the modern 25th. That's not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure I've got some classic ones around here somewhere. Oh, no, those are the black and red ones. Basically, you know, just the same thing, but different color. Let's, aha! And more 25th. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe, oops. There we go. Classic Bat. Let's see. One of these has got to be, you'll work. Hey, Dom.
You're not gonna forget us, are you? We're tucked back here, Phil, because your fat hands knocked us down for that little stupid gag. Hello? Hello?
Please feel free to drop a comment that says, Dom, remember to go get your toys that you dumped back there for that dumb sketch. All right, so the only reason I got this was it has a little computer here. They've got a little computer on their leg. But that one addition of swapping these legs out made from this just a pouch made me go, hey, wait, these guys have some sort of like leg strapped computer and they're just a regular infantry dude. Oh, they must be a little more technologically advanced. And bam, this became the antagonist that was more advanced than your just regular Joes who are walking around with pockets, you know, in your pockets. One weird aesthetic design flaw by switching legs is that this guy has no butt. He has an inverted butt. Like, it's the opposite of pancake butt. It's going into his body, like he does reverse pelvic thrust or something. Whereas these guys, they got some booty. And that's always bothered me. I know it's a small, look at that. He's got a dent. Someone rear-ended his butt and just, it never popped back out. And because the packs were more commonplace at the time, it was easy to start army building. Plus, there was a hierarchy. There was a gray, and there were 2 blues. So you had some sort of ranking system in here too. Maybe this was an officer, maybe this was a non-commissioned officer, right? Like an NCO, a soldier, or a corporal. Also, I love that they didn't have the Cobra symbols on there. So for me, I could start breaking away from having this just be Vipers. And then of course, once you start really wanting to break it away, you take away that, start adding personalization to them. These aren't just faceless, maskless troopers. These are humans as well. Enter a new toy line, or at least new to then, Marauders. Ooh. Now with Marauders, I could start adding to that core army I already had, and in a more modernized approach. G.I. Joe already come out with their 25th, the non-O-ring line, so this is great. We're also blending in figures from them as well. So the point in this video, I think, is that before I was forced to use these Ally Vipers and pretending like this was okay for a bright yellow, a red, a black and brown, and a blue to all be like, yeah, this makes sense. And then we started getting these type figures, which are also Ally Vipers from Resolute. And I was like, man, these are so much better. And I can't unsee these now, even though I do really love that Bumblebee Ally Viper right there and the red for some reason with the crazy camo. I just can't justify having those in this army anymore. So big thank you to all our Patreon members. Your support is really helpful for this channel as I continue to design the game, which is actually engineered to be played with any type of toy here. It's a skirmish game. There's also a battlefield version as well. But if you're not a member, please consider joining. You'll have access to inside of the game and development like that, but also as I continue to build out these armies, you'll be able to have inputs as I ask really ridiculous questions like, what's this person's name? What do they do? Do you think this is cool? These guys in the past were used for the Axii, again, because they're Cobra affiliated, as scouts or recon or snipers or sniper recon. Jackasses. Yeah, okay, that was more my fault than the toys. I didn't put stands on them and he's got all this stuff on them. Anyways, so that's what I was using for scouts. But it's kind of, what's the term when you're an actor, right? Typecasting. So, because who says low light's not a better fit for an Axii scout or a sniper or recon? By the way, those are three different functions and I recognize that, but I am lumping those three together right now, for now. Because look, it's got a gray and this is the Axii NCO, right? Remember these guys? So, oh, okay, there's a color palette here that we're matching, gray and gray. Maybe that's some sort of army standard for them. But maybe we don't need to restrict it to that color. Maybe we can go with some shades of brown. I absolutely love the Resolute Beachhead. Sorry, Pursuit of Cobra Beachhead, right? He's a fantastic figure. Maybe I want to incorporate these into Axii. Also, drop-down leg computer. So, you know, that fits thematically with these guys in here as well. I upgraded this guy to give him a little cool clear mask. Again, kind of fitting in the theme here. And then, you know, to offset it a little bit, got some Marauder Browns here because brown gray, you don't have to fix. And maybe these kind of guys, sort of similar body armors. You can see a little bit of the aesthetics kind of blend. You know, you could see this kind of working together. Maybe that's your recon, or maybe not. Maybe you think that's dumb. Okay, fine. You think that's stupid? Let's go a totally different direction. I also really like repeaters because it's got this olive drab camo in here and this cool pointless pattern. Maybe these guys are Axii. It's a dramatic turn from here, but you know what? That's okay because they serve a totally different function. They don't have to have this uniform type in here. What's important though is uniformity. My God, I've got to have some uniformity. But maybe I can't unsee this. In my brain, I stick olive drab with the Valen, which is mostly the protagonist there. Huh. Okay, well, let's go a totally different direction here. Beachheads. Now I know what you're saying. Beachhead implies some sort of marine or aquatic. But you know, when you actually start, let's get a good one here. Start looking at them. Oh, that's a glued BBI head into here, by the way. It's not really that aquatic. It's got a black vest in here, some cool camo pants. Like there's nothing that screams in here like, hey, he has to be a beach head, for example, which maybe that's just my affiliation with like Marines or armies storming the beach and taking the beachhead, but really it could be, well, no, you say toehold. Honestly, foothold. I don't know why they called it beachhead if he's not. He's got a 75th Ranger patch on there, so regardless, he doesn't have to be fixated with just aquatic. Again, this is just an introduction to my random weird thoughts and how I use my military background of 20 years experience to start implementing new organizations into my toy lines. Like these are all G.I. Joe characters, including Night Force Shockwave there, which kind of matches the gray of the NCOs from earlier. And these Shockwaves, which originally we used as Valen urban infantry. And we, you know, that's why we kind of squad build them out here. There's 6 Shockwaves there. Despite the weird pattern, I still really just love that figure. But I was like, hey, you know what? What if we use these good guys as Axii? And they all have different faces and unique identities, breaking that faceless trooper mold even further and disassociating away from any Cobra. By the way, I'm pretty sure these are going to be shock infantry. Again, I'm a big military nerd, so these guys have to have a purpose. Shock infantry, they're just going to be fast, have tons and tons of weapons on each of them. Like they basically have a weapons lock they can pull from and be able to adapt to urban, anti-tank, anti-infantry, deep ops, whatever it needs to be, right? These are shock troops. So that's kind of looking at that. And then maybe I incorporate in this Duke from the movie, which was terrible, but the figures are pretty good too. So, and whoops, here's some more Joy Toy. Oh, they're yellow though. What to do with the yellow? I don't know, but that's what this series is going to be about. Just figuring out how to incorporate all these figures into my armies.
Dom, you're kind of a strange dude. You put a lot of thought into what you do with your toys. Yes, I do.
And there's no lack of figures here, so it's going to take me a while. It's becoming a huge mess that just keeps sprawling all over the place. I got these drawers of figures here as well, so this should be fun. It's going to be fun for me. I'm going to build out, and each unit will get its own video. Well, what makes these guys so different, you asked? Man, you are just full of really good questions today. The main purpose of these guys would be to mostly kill other infantry that are trying to destroy the tanks. See, armored infantry have this really weird support and supported relationship. Sometimes the tanks that are leading, sometimes the infantry that are leading for the tanks, sometimes the tanks lead for the infantry. It's this back and forth. In this case, we're going to put the priority on the armor itself. So these guys are in support of the armor. Haven't even really started talking about a lot of the Valen. Just been focusing on the Axii as an example. I think that's a good stopping point of this video.